Hello and welcome to autoportal.com, the car buying website that helps you buy better. Well, the Toyota Etios really is a huge hit with taxi operators, and there are a lot of reasons for that. It has very spacious interiors, it has a very reliable reputation, and it also offers low buying and running costs. And these are things which most mid-size buyers are also looking at. So is the new and refreshed Etios really up to it? And can it really offer a better alternative to its established rivals? Well, we'll find out on the show today. Well, Toyota has given the Etios subtle updates. The car now gets a new bumper up ahead along with a new grille, which has a lot of chrome in it. The fog lamp housing is different as well. The side profile remains largely unchanged, and the back now gets a new bumper and slight modification to the tail lamps as well. The overall effect of this is that the car looks fresher than before and more appealing to the buyer. Well, one department where the Etios has a clear edge over all its rivals is in the boot, and this one is the largest in its segment, the entry mid-size segment. This is one of the biggest boots, in fact the biggest boot at 595 liters. It is massive by any standards. In fact, it can really take on a lot of cars in a segment or two above it. And as you can see, it's really well shaped. The opening is pretty big, so you can throw in that golf bag without any fuss, and it really does go all the way to the back, and that really makes it a very good car for those airport transfers. No wonder it's a hit in the taxi segment. Well, so here I am in the back seat of the Etios, and I have to say this is one of the best entry-level mid-size cars for tall people. Anyone who's over 6 feet will really be comfortable here. Why? Because headroom, as you can see, is really generous. Knee room is very good too. In fact, one of the better cars for knee room in this segment. And my height for reference is 5'10", and I have adjusted the front seat for my driving position, and even then headroom and legroom is really very good. It's also a very wide car at the back, which means you can generally sit 3 over here, and the floor panel is almost flat, which really means that whoever's sitting here will not struggle to find place to keep his feet at. So really one of the best cars in this segment for rear seat comfort. Well, and it's also a very practical place to be. You of course get very big door bins where you can put that big bottle at, and there's also one place over here to put that big bottle at. The only slight downside, and this is a bit of nitpicking, is the fact that this beige, very light beige, does have tendency to soil rather easily. So if you have young kids who eat a lot inside the car, then you will be sending this car to the dry cleaners very often. Well, so here I am inside the front seats of the new Etios, and Toyota haven't really changed too much in terms of the design. What they have done is that they've offered a new color. Now this car comes with different shades of beige in it, and that really adds to the feel of airiness about this cabin. It already is a very large cabin, and it's a very spacious cabin, but this color also adds to that feeling. Well, let's talk about the negatives first, because there are a couple of them. Quality of materials is still not up to the mark of its rivals, especially cars like the Hyundai Accent as well as the Maruti Suzuki Dzire. So quality is slightly below those two cars. Well, these centrally mounted gauges are a bit of an old school design, and they really do feel and look a little outdated and very down market as well. Well, let's talk about the positives, because there are a lot of positives in this car. The first one, of course, is you have a lot of places to keep knickknacks in. You get one cup holder over here, you get two over here, and there's also a tray over here where you can put your cell phone at. And there's a small tray ahead of the gauges where you can put your cell phone, your iPod and stuff like that at. And the door bins are really big and deep to house those 1 liter bottles in. But of course, the best place to put these bottles is in the glove box, because it's air cooled, and it's also a massive glove box at 13 liters, one of the biggest glove boxes in its segment. And that means you can actually put in 3 or 4 bottles over there and really don't have to stop on that long journey to buy cold drinks or water. Well, this is the top of the line version, so it really comes pretty well loaded. You get twin airbags up front. You also get a stereo system which comes standard with Bluetooth connectivity, and you also get steering mounted audio controls, and you also get electrically adjustable side view mirrors as part of the standard kit. Well, so here I am driving the new Etios. Now, of course, this car comes with the same set of engines. There's a 1.5 petrol and a 1.4 diesel. Today we've got the petrol for you. Now, this engine develops about 88 bhp of power, and Toyota seems to have worked on the refinement of this engine. It's not as buzzy as the last version of the car. It doesn't really have too much noise entering the cabin, and the good part is that it's a very responsive engine. It really starts responding from the low revs very early in its power band, and that really makes it one of the better engines to drive in the city. Well, where the Etios also impresses is in its ride comfort, and because it has a relatively long wheelbase, you don't really feel too many thuds or bumps entering the cabin. It really does take care of those potholes, and occupants will really be comfortable inside this car. Well, the Etios comes with this 5-speed manual transmission. Now, it's a pretty positive unit. It does shift quite well. It's not as slick as some of its rivals like the Maruti Dzire or even the Hyundai Accent, but that said, it won't really be an issue for most buyers. Well, where this engine really impresses is in the mid-range, and it really does offer a lot of punch and a lot of torque, and power delivery really is very good. While though the Toyota Etios is hugely improved, it still can't match its rivals when it comes to design flair as well as overall build quality. But that said, it seriously is a much better alternative in terms of cabin space, boot capacity, as well as ride comfort. If you are in the market for a much bigger Toyota, then of course you can check out our Toyota Innova review by clicking on this link below. You can also check out our Toyota Altis review by clicking on this link above. And as always, don't forget to subscribe by clicking on this link over here. It's bye for now, and hope to see you soon.